everyone, it's Bunny and I have a new microphone. It's amazing, I love it. Anyway, this week I'm taking a look at the adorable bullet hell Rabi-Ribi, which is equal measures cute and balls hard, so let's get on with the show. The basic premise for this game is you're a rabbit who has been turned into a girl, and your one quest in life is murder all of the cute things. That's also how you make friends. It's very odd, but very fun. Wielding a hammer like some kind of bunny Thor is the melee half of the team, and your wee fairy is your ranged attack, utilising a variety of colour-themed spells. The choice of weapon for the melee character, Irina, is a stroke of genius. Smacking things in the face with a comically oversized hammer, dressed as something straight out of Hugh Hefner's perverted imagination, is highly amusing, and the upgraded movesets, in particular the 5-hit finisher, is satisfying to play. Ability effectiveness, for example the charge time of your spells, improves as you use the abilities. New combos and range spells are unlocked by items either gifted after boss fights or otherwise found somewhere in the world. Now, a not insignificant amount of them will be hidden away in hard to reach areas. The upshot of this is for rampant completionists. 100%ing this game will take many hours, and in all honesty, I'm not sure I have the patience, which is fairly unusual for me. There's a massive degree of difference between the dungeon crawler-esque platforming between bosses and the bosses themselves in terms of difficulty. Standard mobs will go down in a few hits, and their primary function is to keep you occupied whilst you go from A to B and while searching the map for the upgrades and the new moves. Bosses, on the other hand, will take you several attempts to down with the help of healing items and abilities, and their difficulty definitely ramps up at a pleasing pace. There was much shouting and swearing in the Bunny household whilst recording this playthrough. God knows what my neighbours think of me. In the top right you can see the combo meter, which I thoroughly failed to make any use of because I'm terrible. This is your standard bread and butter of this sort of game. More combos without getting hit means higher damage, and more high rating at the end of the fight. Unless, like me, you're bad at these games. I think the highest rating I got was a C. The ranged attack doesn't have any combos, it's just rapid fire or charged use, but the game doesn't suffer for a lack of these. Each colour spell works well in different situations. For example, the yellow spell is a beam with projectiles once charged, and the green spell heals you. It's very easy to fall into the trap of spamming the green spell to stay alive. My advice, don't do this. Rabi-Ribi, like all bullet hell games, rewards highly offensive playstyles. There is one thing that bugged the hell out of me, and that's how the camera zooms in on you when you're up close and personal with the bosses. Now, predictability of movesets is one thing. Not being able to see the trajectory of the boss projectiles can be infuriating, and it caused much despondent yelling when I failed to predict where they were landing. It just seemed like an unnecessary level of difficulty. I know that in other bullet hell games you do get that zoom functionality, but I've not found this level of frustration previously. Speaking of game difficulty, I'm currently running on normal. There are 2 levels easier and 2 harder, and it unlocks to completely nightmarish heights. There's an NPC in one area who will lower or raise the game's difficulty level, which is quite a neat addition. This is one of my favourite parts of the game, by the way. I needed to show you what happens when you completely fuck it up. The main town of Rabi-Ribi is where you purchase the upgrades for the items and unlocks you've already found in-game. You get currency automatically for killing mobs, which is great, but it does extend the somewhat grindy feel of the game. The bulk of the story is centred around this town. There are conversations with bosses, but the dialogue leaves a lot to be desired. I mean, it's not terrible. Before you fight the bosses and befriend them, you're given a decent reason to be doing it, but the game does err towards the, "Oh, I'm sorry, I was brainwashed or something," which feels like a cop-out. In all honesty, the majority of people playing this game aren't going to be doing so for the story. Its primary function is to tie everything together, keep you moving between boss fights. But in my personal opinion, is that it's a shame. It's a missed opportunity because Irina and her fairy friend are very endearing, and I would have preferred something more solid for them. However, that's just me, and the game definitely stands up without it. So, thank you very much for listening to me rabbit on about this game, and yeah, please leave a like and a comment or a dislike or whatever, and if you like my videos, please subscribe. I plan plenty more. Next one's coming on Sunday. For now, that's goodbye from me, and hopefully see you soon.